The only time we get along is when we're watching a movie. We don't have to talk, you know. Just flip the telly on.
Oh, that is the perfect song for our chat guest today. Tiff is off. Ryan J joins me for chat, which is fantastic. Great to see you.
Great to see you, Molly. How are you?
I'm doing good. Happy Friday to you.
You too.
Thank you. So I have to ask, maybe it's a little bit early for, say, the holidays in November and December, but do you do decorating for Halloween?
Oh, honey, like you really have to ask me. I mean, I go all out. I love it. It's a little bit harder this year because I have a puppy, a 5-month-old, so everything has to be very out of reach. I'm most afraid that I'm going to have to skip my Christmas tree this year because I don't know how she'll handle that, but that'll be tough for me. But I always love to decorate. But it's a little bit less this year because also I'm not inviting as many friends over for movie screenings and things. So unless I'm like taking pictures and posting it on social media, it's really just for mine eyes only.
Yeah. See, I get that. Okay, you have a couple things going for you. One is that your dog is so small, so it's a little easier to keep her out of reach. My puppy is now into counter surfing, which
Wow.
is very disturbing, and we're working on that in training. But you know, decorating, there was something, it was a Pinterest study that talked about how popular it is now to decorate front doors, and I had a picture that we shared a while ago of a fully decked out Christmas door. It had, you know, the wreaths and the ornaments and all of this stuff.
That's cool.
And the thing is, decorating front doors is up, I don't know, something like 160%. And the reason is because what you said, and that is we're not inviting as many people over. So it's a way to share holiday cheer with your neighbors, your friends, your family. Even if they can't come inside, they can see it on your front door.
That's a really good idea. You know, I live in a condo building and I only have 2 neighbors. I'm sort of at the end of the hall and I only have 2 neighbors that see my witchy wreath outside of my door, but I hope they enjoy it at least.
When you think about it, do you feel like you decorate for yourself or for other people?
You know, at the end of the day, I feel like I'm decorating for myself. You know, it's my environment and I'm a festive person. So I kind of do it that way. But I do also like to share with other people to kind of get the reaction of how the seasons change around me. So I'm curious how other people would feel about that.
Yeah, I think of you as being kind of an over-the-top person. I am myself, more my personality. With you, it's more of a decorating style, which I appreciate. But it is a great question. It's our sound-off question on Facebook today. We're asking people, when you decorate for the holidays, do you do it for yourself or others? Okay, I want to transition a little bit because you're going to be reviewing movies a little bit later in the show, Ryan. But I think I mentioned this movie to you before. It's The Peanut Butter Falcon, but I watched it and then wanted my kids to see it because I loved it so much and found it something that, because they're older, teens, my oldest is 21, we all loved it. It's a little slow moving, I will say, for kids who are used to, you know, video games and things. I just think it's the most precious movie.
I think that's a great word to describe it. It is precious. It is a feel-good movie. It stars Shia LaBeouf and Dakota Johnson, and it is a movie that is very touching at the end of the day. And also, when you watch it with your kids, or you watched it and wanted to share it with them, it is the kind of film that you want to discuss with other people. So I had a couple recommendations for you of other films in that vein.
Ooh, I was going to ask you that.
Oh, well, there you go.
I'm so happy.
You know, I always like to think, well, if you like that movie, you might like this one. So I kind of try to wrap my head around that concept. And along the lines of Peanut Butter Falcon, the movie The Upside is fantastic. It's Bryan Cranston and Kevin Hart in a role where he's dramatic. You get to see him actually act and not just be the funny guy. And it's a remake of a French film based on a true story of a man who is a quadriplegic who has to hire someone who's very unlikely to help him, played by Kevin Hart. And it's kind of a bromance and a really great feel-good and inspirational story. So, sorry, I'm actually getting a phone call there, so it cuts out for a second. Live TV.
See? That stuff happens. I love it. And thanks for addressing it.
Put the do not disturb on right here. There we go.
Do not call Ryan right now. He's busy talking to me.
I know. Come on. All my other friends. Anyway, someone's calling to tell me they see me on TV, right?
Right. Exactly.
But so I think The Upside is really fantastic and you'd really enjoy that. Another one is The 100-Foot Journey. Have you heard of this film?
No, both of these I've not heard of. So I like that. The 100-Foot Journey.
Yeah, this one is really great. It stars Helen Mirren, and it's produced by Oprah and Steven Spielberg, and it takes place in France about a family from India that moves to France, and they open up a bakery and a restaurant, and a really great kind of competition in that environment, and with Helen Mirren's restaurant across the street, but then becomes a very beautiful feel-good story as well. So both of those films are really great crowd pleasers.
I love that. We ran out of time. Thanks for joining us, Ryan. I know you're going to stick around and talk to us in a little bit. And I also want to get an update real quick when we talk again about theaters, because a lot of people are worried about them closing for good in some cases. So I hope you'll give us an update on the cinemas around us a little bit later.
Will do. See you in a bit.
Okay, thanks so much. Appreciate your time, Ryan.